And good morning to you. It's already 6:30 in the morning on a Thursday. Can y'all believe this? This week is getting on by us. We're getting closer to your chance of snow in March. That's right. We'll tell you more about this here in a few moments. And the more likelihood that you live north of Meridian, the more you're going to get. We'll do the breakdown of what the National Weather Service is telling us to expect this weekend. But could see some flurries there Friday night. No matter where you live in the area, you could see a flurry or two, but maybe a little bit more just north of here. We'll look at all that in just a moment and give you the breakdown of it. Always fun, isn't it? Just the thought of snow, because we don't get much. Folks in Chicago would tell us that we've lost our mind, wouldn't they? They probably would. But good morning to you. I'm glad that you decided to join us this morning. We're sitting at 42 degrees, chilly. We're going to get to a high of right at 69, right at the 70-degree mark. So it's going to warm up quite a bit before the day is out. But be ready if you've got any vegetation that is outside that you've been getting ready for spring, get ready to cover that up because we have a very, very hard freeze coming on Saturday night. It's going to be cold Friday night, but a hard freeze on Saturday night. We don't want you to lose anything that you've worked hard for so far. So make sure to check all that. Let's first scan the radar, and then we'll get into what's going on in and around the area. We do have some light showers to the east of us and south of us. Alabama, around Mobile, Pensacola, getting some showers this morning. As we dig into this, we go a little bit further down here toward Gulfport. You get past Wayne County on toward the coast there on Highway 45. A few light showers. Not bad, not heavy, but around Mobile a little bit more and harder as you come across the coast. If you're getting ready to leave out to go to Pensacola or Fort Walton Beach next week, some showers in those areas this morning. Nothing bad. We do have some heavier stuff there trying to come in here on the Tallahassee area there, Panama City, these areas here this morning. A little bit of rough weather there. As you back out all across the United States, something's going on. Kansas City, look at the snow. Oklahoma City and these places just north of Dallas this morning have a winter weather advisory. This is what will affect us a little bit later on Friday night as it gets close to us. As you look out to California and Las Vegas there on the Strip, some wind advisories. And as we look up the coast there, Seattle not raining this morning for the first time in forever. As we go up and check on North Dakota, just what's the temperature? It's 0 there today. And let's go over to Montana and see what they've got going on. Oh, it's 1 there, so it's a heat wave going on there. Montana, Elith, if I'm pronouncing that right, a -8 this morning. And we're at 42. Doesn't that make everybody feel good? It does me. As we look across the capital, Washington looks good. And up through the Carolinas, some light showers there that are coming out of Georgia. That's an overview of what's going on there. But today, for us, our area, you're in the great state of Mississippi, on the edge of Alabama, it's going to be sunshine, and right at 70. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You couldn't ask for anything better, could you? Well, good morning, Robin Morris, all the way from the Arlington community. What a great place up in Neshoba County. If you've never visited the fine folks there, they are good. Good morning to Brian Guess, Mandy, how are y'all? Teresa Spivey joins us, Lamar Hembry up in Kemper County. Good to see you. Greg Beard is joining us as well. A big thank you to everybody that is up and shaking a leg, trying to get ready today. Let's see here. Kathy Nowell, how are you? Miss Sharp, Charlotte Gray is there also, and Mike Dallas. A few of the ones that are up and Adam today. All right, let's discuss a few things. And I just got in a picture a minute ago. We'll share this at 8 o'clock of the things that went on in Meridian last night. But there was a rump row in the parking lot of Clarkdale High School. Somebody bumped a light pole. Yeah. We'll have pictures of that coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. We'll show you what that looked like. Believe it or not, I had an uncle that done that once. He was looking down. This was before cell phones and texting got popular, so he wasn't doing that. But he ran smack dab into one. Said sun was in his eye. It was night, so I can't blame it on that. But accidents do happen. They do. You're not paying attention, it'll come at you. All right, let's see. A few things that happened in our area last night. And reminder of this, as we get ready for this weekend, let's show this. Here it goes, spring forward. Has everybody remembered that? Move your clocks ahead 1 hour before you go to bed on Saturday night. Now, I admit that there are very, very, very few of the set your clocks left. Your cell phones and all that automatically set them. You have to fool with it in your trucks and stuff of that nature, most of them. But most of the old beside the beds are gone. Just something to think on there. But if you still have to wind your clock and do a little bit for that, remember, to set that thing forward an hour ahead. Your cell phones automatically do it. So just a heads up as you remember what goes on over the weekend. All right. Last night, we have to give kudos to the Meridian Police Department. A gentleman, let me show you this map here. A gentleman was coming down Front Street, and you're wondering where I'm talking about. As you get here, you would turn here to go up the 39 bypass, go near Johnson Dodge in this area. You come down Front Street here past Anders Furniture, and there's a store right here where the road splits at Front Street, right there. The gentleman walked inside to get something from the store and came out, and guess what? His car was gone. They had relieved him of his 2013 Kia. It would be a few hours later that the Meridian Police Department would spot it. They had the tag number, the whole 9 yards, and they got after the suspect. He jumped out of the car and ran on foot. And yet again, the Meridian Police Department outran the bad guys. They're really good at that 100-yard dash. I got to give them credit. He was apprehended, and the gentleman will get his car back. So often that never happens in our area of getting your car back. Once it's gone, it's gone. But congratulations, somebody got their car back from the bad guys. Now, I don't know about damage or anything like that, but a good ending to that story. So thumbs up on that. As we look around, some other things that went on last night, and let's get into this here. We had a mobile home fire yesterday in Clarke County. Is everybody aware of that? As we go over to Clarke County Hot Topics. Let me pull this up where you can take a look at the video that Clarke County added on this. This is what went on yesterday there. There's a total loss as they get into this home. Back this up where you can see it a little bit more. County absolutely. There's more of a story that meets the eye there. We'll find out more about that. That happened there in Clarke County. So that was devastating, and that might have been still playing loud, the background noise there from the fire. But that happened in Clarke County. I'm just repeating myself if you just tuned on that, and that was talking over me. Condolences on that. I think there may have been some police involved in that situation. We'll dig deeper into that. But that happened in Clarke County yesterday also. As we look around, I got a note yesterday. It is looking like spring, Teresa Westbrook. I agree with you. We don't want this old frost coming in messing all that up, do we? Yesterday, I got a message that said, hey, I just went through Scuba and traffic is at a standstill. Well, that doesn't. The word Scuba, Kemper County, and Noxubee County doesn't mean there's a traffic jam. There's only 2 stop signs, I think, in between the 2 areas there on Highway 45, one being at Scuba, one being at Making It near the Oak Tree Inn. But this was right at the county line, right past Wahalik. And as we go to pictures this morning, this is the scene that was going on. This was a truck fire on the side of the road. If you were going up through there and saw all this black smoke. And the best as we get into this, I can tell, I think this may have been is either a dump truck or a garbage truck. Sheriff is there on the scene, but as you look at that resembles a dump truck. Or maybe that is a garbage truck where they pick it up. I think that may be it, and it crushes it. But burned completely to the ground, if you'll look at that. Nothing left of that. Wow. So if you were in that area wondering what went on yesterday, that's what happened there, just north of Scuba. So always be careful in your rounds when you come up on that. You have to stop real quick. We got word of this about halfway through the show yesterday that in the Meridian area that a portion of Old Highway 80 would be closed. So if you're rerouting your trip and you hadn't been that way today, we look at this. This is going to be the Old West 80 West Bridge. City of Meridian has closed that, so we pulled this up. Now you can find this on sammedia.network if you want to take a look at this to get a closer look. This is over the Okeechobee Creek. It's closed until further notice. If you look at that old 8th Street Road, and they've got a detour, it's closed there, and the detour is around that. Old Highway 80 West, you'll have to split and go a different direction. But again, if you want to visit that, that's sammedia.network. That's where you'll find that to get closer on the details on that. Plan your route is what I'm trying to say there. Let's see what else went on around the area yesterday. It was a little mishap. It wasn't bad, but this does happen. We've seen it. I remember as a kid going down to the post office on my bicycle, and, well, somebody had run their car up in the post office. It's a bump is what we had in Meridian yesterday as we go to our next story that happened. This was at the CVS building. Well, actually, the Dollar Tree. I said that wrong. On North Hill Street. Somebody got a little confused and it bumped the building. It wasn't horrible, but that did happen. As we all know, things like that can happen to where your foot gets hung or and you have to watch this really and truly. Shoelaces can get hung around a brake pedal. You ever done that? Back when I wore tennis shoes as a kid, that happened. I wear boots mostly now. But a shoestring can get hung if it's not tied tightly and small. Next thing you know, you can't stop your car. So that did happen yesterday afternoon. Let's see. As I get these every day, and I do appreciate them, and I hope you'll send some today as we track this stuff for you of what's going on across our area, and I'll show you from somewhere else also. Gas prices. What are they doing? They're expensive, number one. As we go back to the website to take a look this morning, take a look here. This is in Collinsville is what we're seeing here. $3.95 is the last posted amount there. Diesel sitting at $4.99. As we come down and take a look here. Now, this one's going to be in South Meridian. This is the 22nd Avenue, like you're going toward Quitman. Prices hovering at $3.99 yesterday afternoon. That diesel also at $4.99. So if you're wondering why your bananas are costing you a little bit more, there you go. Right there. That drives prices all the way up. As we come down, let's go to, where's this? This is Highway 19. At the Walmart there, they had it at $3.79 yesterday afternoon. And then the last picture that I got yesterday was Stark Vegas. Starkville, $3.97 a gallon, and a little bit cheaper there on diesel, $4.89. Prices are climbing everywhere. And let me just show you this picture. I pulled this up from California, and I guess we feel for folks in California. And this is, let me see, this is KSBY. This is a television station that is in California out there, the Santa Barbara area. And we pull this up. Gas, regular gas, $6.29. Plus is $6.45, $6.69, and diesel, $6.59. Now, as we all know, truckers have to pass through California to go anywhere. That's nearly $7 a gallon. What are we going to do? As we learned this morning, as we look around the United States and what's happening, they are going to put a ban on Russian oil. Well, that does nothing if we don't go open up our oil wells. And what's that little thing called? Let me think back, my pipeliner friends. Oh, it was the Keystone. If we don't open that up, by banning that is only going to make matters worse. And I said this yesterday morning. I think each of you know what I'm about to say on this. The average person who makes minimum wage will not be able to afford to go to work. It will send the economy into a spiraling. It's going to be horrible. Something has to be done. Contact your congressman, your state representative. Let them know how you feel. And at the end of the day, don't forget, November, we're tick-tocking toward November. If you don't like the way your wallet feels right now, you vote on that. I can remember my dad telling me that when I was a kid, that people vote on what's in their wallet. And I think there's a lot of that. But remember who's in there now. When you go cast a vote and come November, remember, do you like this or did you like it the way it used to be? Something to think on. We've got to do something because it's getting ferocious. It's just way out of hand. As Linda Culpepper said, ridiculous. I agree with you. Rhonda Creel says the government doesn't care. You know, and I tend to believe you sometimes on that. It really, really scary the way things are going. And you have all these Hollywood stars. Y'all know this, and they're preaching of let the gas prices go far. Well, if you made $30 million a year last year, I guess it wouldn't matter to you either, would it? Probably have somebody even pump your gas for you at that point. But the rest of us that get up every morning and put on those boots or tennis shoes or whatever it is that you go do and struggle, and you go when you're sick and you don't feel good because, well, why? You got people to take care of and people that depend upon you. Theirs is a little bit different. Their world is not like the common man in America. We've got to get back to where we do take care of the common man. That's why I'm here, letting you know what goes on, what wasn't told to you. And we'll continue to do that also. All right, let's look at a few stories. I wonder, we forgot about this. There was a small fire last night, and I say small. This was out on Valley Road. Let's pull this up and go back to the website and take a look here. A small fire at Atlas Roofing last night. The stack fire caught on fire there Meridian Police Department jumped on it, and even the Dalmatian jumped on it. As we look at these pictures, this was the scene of that last night with the flames poking up. Meridian Fire Department done a great job of taking care of that before it got out of hand, and thumbs up to them. Appreciate the pictures as well. Anytime that you can send us a picture so we can pass along for others to know what's happening, we appreciate that a whole bunch there. Let's see. Let's take a look at what's going on around the state. What's going on? We'll do that in just a moment. Don't rush off as we get ready for possible snow. That's in the forecast also. We're going to tell you where those lines are. All that's coming up. We'll be right back. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike and Jake have years of experience of dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. Since 1985, Miss Rodney's Muffler Shop has been taking care of you. As a matter of fact, they're ranked as the #1 muffler dealer in the South Central Mississippi area. Still located on 8th Street where you can conveniently drop in. Well, they offer you all the Flowmaster and dual pipes that you'll need, any custom bending for your vehicle. They offer mufflers, muffler deletes, and even factory stock mufflers. They can even install a converter for you. 482-8211. 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and they're open until noon on Saturday. Some of the hardest working folks you'll ever bump into. Make sure to go by next time you got a muffler issue there. One of the headlines across the state this morning, and this is just sad. I think each of us cringe when we hear this. The headline reads, Tate County, Mississippi. A couple is charged with locking children in a dog cage. It happened. They've been arrested. Now, the children were okay, but they've been placed in with other families there. It was a form of punishment. Children from 4 years old to 9-year-old. The grandparents were arrested. They were kind of taking care of the children. Grandparents, kind of young, 51 and 52. But they've been arrested. Tate County is where that went on. The children are okay, but they're with other relatives now, and they were taken back and won't be spending any more time at Grandma's house. I don't know who turned them in, how that got out. A bill that would prohibit COVID-19 vaccine mandate has survived the deadline. Keeps pushing forward. It's not a law yet, but it's among the bills that made it through the deadline that passed the Capitol yesterday. It's House Bill 1509, and it would prohibit the state and local government from enforcing a COVID-19 vaccine. It would apply to public employees and also religious exemption. We'll follow that story, see where that ends up. As we look around, let's see, as we go down to the Gulf Coast, and this happens, and somebody's got a whipping when they went home, I would imagine, but a teen driver, drinking and driving, ran into 3 cars. Insurance is going to be high, and he's been arrested, and family have to take care of him. Let's see, as we go to Copiah County, bad guys, and if you'll know why so many cars are stolen, it happens here in Meridian, it happens in other parts of the state, but if we go to Copiah County, a Ford F-150 was stolen. Well, that's pretty common. That's a common vehicle, but they used it for something else. They backed up to a convenience store, stole the ATM, yanked it right out the wall. Of course, they tore the truck up. They hadn't caught them yet, but it took them several attempts to pick it up, and they finally got the ATM loaded in the back of the truck. No word on how much they've gotten, but again, Copiah County there. Wow, oh wow. As we look at other headlines this morning, we saw this a while back to where people were smuggling into Kemper County Jail and throwing things over the fence. Y'all remember when that happened a year or two ago? Well, they've caught some more doing it in the state of Mississippi, and 3 men are going to go to prison over it. They got caught doing it. There were 3 Puerto Rican men that were caught smuggling narcotics into a jail. Of course, they were making money off of it. Is why they did it. They've been arrested. Well, they'll get to spend some time on the inside without anything else. Oh, boy. Oxford, Mississippi. Thieves are everywhere. Always protect your stuff. Keep your wallet there. But a guy was arrested on 11 counts of credit card fraud. He had borrowed somebody's credit card and was using it like it was his. He's been caught. He's going to be sentenced. That's good. Glad to keep people like that off our streets. Yesterday morning, we find out in Jackson, Mississippi, a body has been found. I've never been to it, but Battlefield Park in Jackson, Mississippi, a body was found, and it's of a black male in his late 40s or early 50s. They haven't identified him yet, but he was found late Tuesday night. The news was sort of slow getting out from Jackson, Mississippi. Sad, 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 sad. Jones County, there's always something going on. It's just kind of fun to read their page of what goes on in Jones County. The sheriff's department is really busy. They had 2 car chases the other night. They all split and ran. Yep, they caught them all, and all are in jail now. They had a checkpoint set up. Nothing like running from a checkpoint. And if your car isn't stolen, it has your name on the tag. You always wonder about people that don't think about that. Well, as we look at things that are happening at Parchman, they're trying to teach them to do better, and they've kicked off a new program there, a reading program for the inmates. Hopefully it will do them good. We do. We cross our fingers as they rehabilitate and try to get ready to come back into society. As we look at the headlines from across the world and nation yesterday, Ukraine, we'll get more into this morning at 8 o'clock. Children were bombed. Y'all have heard this, I'm sure, by now. I'm not the first to tell you this, but 3 people, including a girl that was 6 years old, was killed when the hospital was bombed. Doesn't get any lower than that, Putin. It really doesn't. Also, this morning at 8, we're going to talk about what went on with Donald Trump. Have y'all heard this? His plane, emergency landing over the weekend. Just now coming out, and I listened to the audio of the airplane pilot as he discovered what it was. Very calm, cool guy. Turned the airplane around and landed. Donald's trying to raise some money now to come up with a Trump Force One, a new and better model. We'll see how that goes. That's a few of the headlines we're going to do. Weather next. Don't rush off. We'll be back to talk about the snow and the temperatures and the freezing weather that is right ahead of us.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install, or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
The back porch of Meridian is now open on Highway 19. Anything outdoors. Grills, fryers, pellets. And all grills come with free assembly. Whether you're looking for our cooler or custom woodwork. Plus local beef, milk and ice cream from Beeson, products from Cyples Mills, spices, and a whole lot more. And don't forget to check out the She Shed, where you'll find authentic Louis Vuitton purses and more. And we can't leave out the spoon fudge. The back porch, Highway 19 North Meridian.
I was there yesterday afternoon. If you hadn't bumped into the back porch just to take a look at that, drop in sometime. You like outdoors, anything that, from grills, steaks, how to cook the best steak, they've got it for you there. A lot of local stuff. You'll like that. All right, let's talk about weather this morning. Right now, 42 as you're waking up, getting ready to go outside. 69 is our high, so you'll need a jacket and you'll need to shed it a little bit later on. Let's look at our record highs and record lows of today as we go back. It was 1990 that we had a temperature of 85. Woo, warm day. 1932, we set a low of 20 degrees. Another cold day for us there it was back in 1932. That's been a while there. Of course, EMEPA bringing us our weather this morning. Sunshine, what's it going to do today? As I said, 69 here in Meridian. As we go further south, we'll hit 72 at Hattiesburg, over to Brookhaven and Natchez, about 68 in that area. Over at the Big Bridge, we're looking at 67, and the Delta will be about 65. As we ease up through Philadelphia and Winston County, expected to be about 67 in Louisville and about 68 there in Philadelphia. As we look at Mississippi State, y'all should be about 66. Let's go across the Bama line as we look at Tuscaloosa, 68. And we'll get 69 at Livingston there at the university, and southward to Troy. We got light showers in that area today, down in those areas. As we come across, this is what we're looking at on Saturday night. Now, this is going to be a hard freeze. We're going to get freezing on Friday night, but not near as cold as it's going to be on Saturday night. Look at this. All of this already a level 3. It's going to be significant. Pipes can bust. Everything that you've got outside could freeze. So please take heed of this and prepare for what's coming. Temperatures are going to fall into the 20s for several hours. And it'll take out that vegetation. Light freeze Friday night into Saturday. But again, Saturday is the one we will watch. You'll see this now. Now, here's the strong winds that are going to be coming in. This will affect us tomorrow afternoon into Saturday. Anywhere sustained winds, and again, I'm saying sustained, it's steady of 25 and gusts of 40 miles an hour. That's strong. If you've got any broken limbs around your house, things will crack and break. Forest Reeds Tree Services, we brought that up. Call them if you're worried about that anywhere near your house. See Mike, real reasonable guy, and take care of you. Safety is the number one thing. Never again, let me rephrase this several times. Do not sleep on a couch or a bedroom where a tree overhangs your house when we got winds like that. Pine trees snap, oaks after rain easily come up. It's not worth your life. I know they're cool during the summer, but there's a big difference. All right, here's what everybody wants to know about snow. What's going to happen with the snow chance as we look at what the National Weather Service tells us. Now, this doesn't mean that there's not going to be flurries all the way down here in Meridian, but we look at this line. This is going to be right at Philadelphia, coming across a DeKalb scuba line. Wahala, all of these areas should see a limited accumulation possible. As you go up through the Louisville area, Noxapater, Macon, Mississippi, up to Mississippi State, y'all will see snow this weekend. So be prepared for that. Now, again, these areas here might see some light snow, and we're still at Thursday. We know how the weather changes, and it can happen at any given time. That could push further south. But right now, every discussion and everything that I've read, what the National Weather Service is telling us is it will be more of a northern hit. Again, flurries south of Philadelphia, south of Lauderdale, Mississippi, but accumulation possible there at a Philadelphia line all the way over to Scuba and northward. So be ready for that. Now, this could start around 11 o'clock, midnight tomorrow night through about 6 a.m. Saturday morning. And again, keep in mind those bridges because with those cold temperatures, they'll be slick. Again, all that north of the Meridian area of accumulation. As we look at Alabama, what's going to happen there? We'll come across this Tuscaloosa line, Birmingham line, Gadsden, all through here. That comes right across there from Scuba, just east toward Geiger and on across toward Anniston. So y'all be prepared for that light snow in those areas. Again, it's not going to be major, or at least we say that now. When has Mother Nature ever paid us attention on any of this? That's what we're looking at. Also, some possible severe storms are going to happen tomorrow afternoon in the edge of Alabama as we look at this. This is the southeast corner of Alabama, Troy, Eufaula, in those areas, Auburn. You could see some areas there of some severe weather tomorrow afternoon there in Alabama. As we move forward and look at the temperatures, well, they're going to rise. It will get back up out of this freezing that we have right now. As we come down, let's look at our forecast of what the National Weather Service tells us in these temperatures. Today, perfect. 69 is what we'll get, 43 for a low tonight. And then changes. Tomorrow, hot, 75. And then we have this cold front, all this mixing, which is going to bring that snow. A 20% chance late tomorrow afternoon there of showers after 5 o'clock. As we get into tomorrow night, a 90% chance of showers before 4 a.m., then a slight chance of rain right there at daylight. We'll have winds of about 20 and gusts of about 35 miles an hour at daylight on Saturday morning. Now, as daylight breaks, we'll get to 46, but look at this low that we've got Saturday night, 24 degrees. Pipes will freeze. Make sure that you've got something wrapped around them. That's going to be a cold night. As we head into Sunday, 60 for a high, 67 on Monday, and those temperatures start warming back up as we looked at that coming to us from across the west there from Texas. We'll get our temperature back up again. Let's look a few days in advance here and see what we've got. Well, it tells us through March the 24th, we're almost back at 80 a few of these days. Friday the 18th, we're at 78. And then we'll hit that again on the 22nd. Spring is in the air. It's coming. We got to get through this weekend. Can you believe that? March, snow, 20, and then back to 80. Yeah, it's the South. We all know that. What's it going to do with fishing? Let's check it out from Chet's Paint and Body today. If you're getting ready to go to the favorite fishing hole today, your best times are going to be from 7 o'clock this morning till about 9. It's fishing to kick off. A great time to go fishing. You'll get a different time late this afternoon after dark. Yeah, you can try it at lunch. It's okay, but your best time is this morning. The wind's going to be north-northeast at around 5 miles an hour. That's for all our fishing folks that are getting ready. That's a close look at what we've got going on today. Again, right now we're sitting at 42. We're getting ready for the morning show. Candace is going to be coming in. We'll tell you all about what's happening in and around the news stories that affect you. We can't say enough thank yous for y'all joining us this morning and making this a huge success. We'll be back in just about an hour from now with more right here with the Scotty Ray Report. Thanks for dropping by.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by our following partners: